Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a reseller sales report where I talk all about how much I made last month reselling on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I am a very part-time seller right now, but I do like to share my numbers with you so that you can see a realistic look at what a very part-time reseller can make. So right now, a little disclaimer, I just had a baby last month. So the last couple of months I haven't been able to do much. In fact, the last 9 months I haven't been able to do much because I am very sick when I'm pregnant. So as much as I would love to work on the business, it's not as much as I would like to, and I really had to prioritize my full-time sources of income. So again, very part-time income, but I do want to show my numbers and kind of keep track of this reselling journey for myself. I've gone from part-time to full-time to part-time again, with little chunks of not reselling at all in the middle, and it's always just kind of a work in progress. So today I'm going to share my July 2022 numbers with you. That was last month. I did skip June because I had a baby and then he was in the NICU for 3 weeks. So life was a little bit crazy at the end of June, beginning of July. So I just skipped June and I think we'll survive it. So today I'm going to share my totals with you, what I made reselling. I'm going to share my top sale, my worst sale, and all the items that I sold for over $30 because that is my goal, is to really find items that are going to sell for at least $30 so that I'm making enough profit for my time, since I am very part-time. And I don't want to have a lot of inventory. So I'm going to hop over onto the computer and screen share with you so you can see my Vendu account where I can show you my analytics and all of my sales. I did want to pause here and let you know that if you are new to reselling, I do have resources for you. I do have a free inventory spreadsheet. I also have a paid upgraded version that has more features. And then I also have the Reseller Roadmap, which is a course that guides you through step by step into making more of a consistent income reselling if you're finding that you're not really getting that momentum and making more than like $100 or $200 a month. If you want to be more consistent and just kind of learn how to grow your business and really make it a business, that can really help you. I will leave links to all of that down below. Okay, so now we're in my Vendu account and we are just where you sign in. This is what shows up. And I'm going to go over here to analytics and I'm going to sort it by custom, and I'm going to look at just the month of July. So July 1st through 31st. And this is what my month looked like. So I did a total of $527.16 in sales, with $272 of that in profit. So to figure out my profit margin, I'm going to do 272.14 divided by 527.16, and that is a 51% profit margin, which is generally where I am. I'm usually about 50% profit, so that's pretty much exactly where I am each month. You can see kind of the roller coaster of reselling. It's like one day you make a sale, the next day you don't, then you make a sale, then you don't for 2 days, and it just kind of goes like that. The end of the month, I didn't really sell much in comparison to the beginning of the month, so that's just how it goes, I guess. So the number of items sold was 16 items. So I made $527 off of 16 items sold, which is about half of what I sold the last period of 31 days. So like the last day of May through the end of June. I listed 33 items, which is down a little bit from what I listed in the month of June. Since I hadn't had my baby yet, I was listing a lot more. But the good thing is that my average sale price is actually up 30%, which is great. So I sold less items, but my average sale price is up to $32.95 versus last month's $24.96, which is great. I really love to have an average sale price of $30 or more just to make it worth my time personally. Everybody needs to figure out what number that is for them, but for me, $30 is my goal. So we're going to scroll down a little bit and we're going to look at Marketplace. The last couple of months, Poshmark has really impressed me and was like almost half, but this last month, eBay really was at almost 60% in profit and revenue. So eBay was the winner this month, but Poshmark still did really good for me. And I also had a Mercari sale. I think I had 1 or 2. My top selling category, as always, clothing, shoes, and accessories, because that's what I focus on. I sold 12 items in this category. And then average sale by Marketplace. My average sale on eBay was $52.36. My average sale on Mercari was $15, and my average sale price on Poshmark was $22.88. And then at the bottom here, you can see number of sold items by Marketplace. I sold more items on Poshmark, so I sold 8 items on Poshmark and only 6 on eBay, but I obviously sold items for a lot more on eBay since I made more money on eBay. And then I sold 2 items on Mercari. So that's what my numbers looked like in July based on Vendoo. If you have not signed up for Vendoo, go ahead and check out the link in the description. You can get 25% off. It's what I use to list and cross-post my items, and also these analytics are super helpful to look at all the time because I can see my top selling categories, my top selling brands, how much I'm making from each platform. So you can just kind of see where you're at and where you should be putting your focus. So now we're going to look at how much time I spent in the month of July by looking at my Toggle account, which is what I use to track my time. All right, so now we're in my Toggle reports and I'm going to sort it by last month, which would be the month of July. And then we're going to scroll down and only look at reselling. So if we look at this column right here, or row right here, we'll see that I spent 7 hours and 47 minutes reselling. So really not that much time reselling, less than 8 hours over the course of the entire month. And if I click this number right here, it'll expand it a little bit. So I spent 29 minutes drafting, which is just making drafts of listings. I did 3 hours and 22 minutes of inventory, which for inventory for me is anything like taking measurements, doing research, organizing my inventory. So I spent a lot of time on that. I spent 2 hours and 33 minutes listing. I spent 1 hour and 15 minutes on photos, and I spent 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes on relisting items in Vendoo. It only takes a couple of minutes to do 10 at a time because they have a multi delist and relist tool. So I'll try and do that once a day and just do 10 items that I delist and relist from all my platforms to just kind of refresh older items. So that doesn't take very much time at all, obviously. So that is how much time I spent in July on reselling. Okay, so now let's go over my best sale, my worst sale, and all the items I sold for $30 or more. I have all the information on my phone, so I'm gonna be looking at this. So the best sale that I had all month was a vintage Noble James lamb's wool set. This is something I found in the thrift store. I usually don't go to the regular thrift store. I usually shop at the bins, but I did spend a little bit of time a couple of months ago going to the regular Goodwill just to see if it was worth paying up for stuff. In the end, I decided not to really go to the regular Goodwill that often just because I was finding enough stuff at the bins where I was paying a lot less. But I did find this set. It is a vintage set and it is gorgeous. Like the pictures, I could not make it look as good as it was in person. I'm so glad this finally sold. I made up a price of $99. I could not find comps for anything like it. So I just went with $99 and I sold it for $111.61, including shipping. So on eBay, it lumps the shipping together and then I'll pay for shipping. So it was $99 plus shipping. And then it took about a month and a half once I listed it to sell. I sat on it for probably a month or two before I listed it because I didn't know how to list it, how to price it, and those kind of things kind of trip me up sometimes. And so I just did not list it right away, but it took a month and a half to sell. Once it was up, it sold for full price, which I was really excited about. I didn't know if I was going to get offers on it or what. So it sold on eBay. It was $20.71 in fees. The cost of goods was $9.99 at Goodwill. I paid $12.66 in shipping for a profit of $68.25. So that was my best sale of the month, and wouldn't it be great if we all had sales like that all the time? So my worst sale, which I go by lowest profit. My worst sale was a pair of Cat and Jack toddler shoes. I sold them for $15 on Poshmark, and it took a month and a half for them to sell. It was $8 in fee. My cost of goods was $2.20. I didn't pay anything in shipping. They paid for shipping. So it was $4.80 in profit, which I still made a profit. So that's pretty good. This is part of a wholesale lot that I purchased, or liquidation lot that I purchased, a bunch of Target liquidation. And this is just one of the pieces. I haven't listed most of it because I'm going to try and sell it more in bulk. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, but I did list these shoes and I did make $4.80 in profit. I do have several others of the same size, so I don't have to make new listings. I can just relist them with the same listing and same pictures and same information. So that'll save me time, and $4.80 in profit is still a profit, so that's not too bad. So now let's go over my sales over $30. So I sold a pair of vintage Levi's 501 jeans. I actually just posted the thrift haul where I showed these, and I think I said that I was expecting to sell them for around $40. I ended up selling them for $62.90 including shipping. I think it was $55 plus shipping. They took only 5 days to sell on eBay. I actually had them up for $60, I think, maybe 60 or 70, and I took a $55 offer because I got them at the bins and I will take that. I paid $14.12 in fees. My cost of goods was 82 cents. Like I said, the bins cannot be beat. It was $8.45 in shipping, and my profit was $39.51. The next were some Heelys shoes. I don't know if you remember these from maybe when you were a kid or maybe you have kids, but they're just like the regular looking shoes, but there's a wheel at the bottom that can either be covered or taken out, so you can kind of skate with them, I guess. I don't know. So I found these at a yard sale, and I didn't really want to pay $5 for them, but I ended up doing it and it was worth it. So they sold for $36. It took 1 month to sell on Poshmark. It was $12.20 in fees. And if I haven't mentioned, fees include the marketplace fees, but also if I'm having it stored at my fulfillment company and not at my house, that's an extra fee. And I just estimate $5 because that's about how much it is per item. So I just add $5 to the marketplace fees. So some of the fees look high. That's why, because it's being stored at my fulfillment center and they're storing it and shipping it for me, and I add $5 to those. So I probably didn't explain that. So hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, I paid $0 in shipping because it was on Poshmark, so it was $18.80 in profit. And then my last $30 or more sale was an HP toner cartridge. I bought this brand new at the Goodwill. It sold for $57.90 including shipping. It took 9 days to sell on eBay. It was $7.77 in fees, and the cost of goods was $6, and shipping cost me $15.54. So it was a $28.59 profit. So those are all the items that I sold for $30 or more. I only sold 16 items and 4 of them sold for $30 or more, so that's 25%. Maybe I can get to like 50% selling for over 30 eventually, but it's a work in progress, like I said. So for the month of August, my ultimate goal is to just finally get through all of the items that I have that have been sitting around unlisted. So I have cleaned up my office, put everything that's unlisted into totes, put them all in the garage, and one at a time I'm bringing in one tote, sorting through it, stuff that I want to list, stuff that I want to either donate or do a yard sale of, and then those items need to be listed before I take another tote in. And I am not sourcing right now because I have a newborn and I'm just too busy anyway, so my goal is to just get all of this stuff listed in the month of August, or at least have everything photographed and stored and ready to be listed. So just kind of process through all of that stuff before I start thrifting again. I'm hoping to hold myself off of thrifting for at least a couple more weeks, but we'll see how that goes. So that is how I did in the month of July with a newborn and really only working 8 hours or less. So I'd say that's pretty decent. Hopefully in the future we can do a little bit better now that things are kind of getting more stable around the house and I'm getting more of a routine going. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos about reselling, making money from home, and building multiple streams of income. And I will see you next time. Bye.